You doing a sound check?
Trying to.
We're like 6 minutes early. Really just doing a sound check. So, yeah, it's working.
Cool.
Okay, good. We're super early. I'm guessing the 3 people in here see that our sound check is working. So who's here? We're early for a change. Like usually it's like some CP time.
Caucasian people time?
Yeah, let's call it that. Oh, Kenyatta's here. Hey, girl.
How's it?
You are such a, for real, we went to school together.
You think of Kenyatta?
Yeah. Okay, well, she saw our posting.
Hey, Nakid 1900. Oh.
You know what? You might be right.
I am right. Have I
was
ever
just
been
reading
wrong?
the first name. Okay. I don't think Kenyatta's journey has been in here before. So correct me if I'm
Welcome,
wrong.
Lysandra Wise. Thank you for following our channel. How has everyone been doing? Kind of started a little bit early just to make sure our cameras and microphones and
we have a history of sound check failures.
Yeah.
So if you're a content creator and you haven't done lives yet, it's nerve-wracking finding out that you commit to a time and the sound doesn't work.
She said she's always watched the replay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
I personally don't like watching replays. She does, so.
I find like about content creators more usually during their lives. And I think that we reveal more about ourselves in our lives.
Yeah, that's why I like to interact live.
I know you
do. Yeah, that's the
it's the season.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate. I can't wait for this project to be done in Georgia because it seems like when I'm here, it's like rush, go. Let's get as many videos as we can in one day.
And for people that don't know, if you're new to following our channel, we've been living apart majority of the time, and that's why we have the apartment patio garden in Georgia, and then in our home we have our urban garden because since October we've been living apart. And so on the weekends, like he would come home and we would do projects. But COVID-19 prevented him from even being able to come home. So there's projects that did not get done. Comparing this season to last season, the thing that crippled us last year, this time, was his arm. Mm-hmm. You had surgery. So like this is our second year in a row, the growing season, some kind of thing has put a kink in our what our plans were.
Yeah. But even though with me being gone, it definitely has been a lot better where it's at now than it was last year, because we're probably like 2 months ahead of time than what we were at last year.
Oh, we have a lot more growth at this juncture compared to last year. And I think that just was me on board, growing a lot of stuff, a lot of starts indoors, and just kind of like catering to these starter plants.
Duncan said, I have to redo all my raised bed. It rained here for a week and an inch deep and it's dry.
Oh, so the heat. Oh, so you had all that rain. Oh, he must be talking about the wood, because we were just we were just at Pop's garden, and remember we were trying to fix one of one piece of wood fell off, and like he does not realize how strong he is. Ever. He does not know how strong he is. But he goes to like kick this board in because he's, going to be a man, and it just like it crumbled. And it's only 3 years old.
Oh, Miss Shanna, welcome.
Hey, girl. I'm so glad you're with us. But he doesn't know how strong he is.
Yeah. So this weekend has been very interesting. Actually, the last 30 days has been very interesting. A lot has happened since our last live.
Yeah.
What has happened?
The last live, that was right before, that was the last time you could even be home because you weren't able to fly back. Like the last live we were talking about doing the raised beds, like that was about to happen. We were about to build the raised beds in the front of the house. But they did the restriction to where he could, like, I was laid off since then.
Yeah.
Like, a lot changed since our last live.
Hey, Texas Life, Julie. Yes, a lot has happened. We were supposed to do a lot of flower and perennial edible arrangements in the front yard to kind of hide like we were having a garden in the front yard. A lot of
medicinal plants.
Medicinal plants and just perennial plants that will basically keep on growing and providing throughout the year in our hardiness zone of 8A. So
I got soil that was labeled as good for raised beds, but it's not. So now I have. We made that mistake last year.
Yeah, we went to a landscape place that does mulch, soil, topsoil, sand, all of that, and they had what they considered a potting mix. That's what we had for our beds. However, it was very woody and
things were not growing.
If it wasn't for the worm beds and the worm beds and the compost bed, it wouldn't have. We probably wouldn't have got the amount of the stuff that we got.
Yeah, that's the year that we did the worm towers in one bed, and it was like prolific. And I think that was the saving grace or the harvest that we got in that one bed.
Yeah.
So this year's so much better.
Yeah, but now a lot of that wood chip has been able to break down and everything. So now the soil is nice and very loose and very earthy looking.
So Duncan said it's really fine mulch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and see what and it's
how much did you pay? Because we got a lot.
Yeah, for 8 cubic yards, we paid 8 cubic yards. We paid about close to $400 something.
Yeah, but it did not have the amendments that it needed.
Yeah, but now it's good. You just got to add a lot of green in there because that mulch in there is going to rob the nitrogen from the soil. Oh, just missed one. Diva, hey there, greetings from Turkey. Oh, what part of Turkey? I always wanted to get stationed there.
You want to get stationed anywhere?
Anywhere overseas, but
you never got to be like overseas.
Besides Korea and the deployment, so that's the only times I've ever been overseas.
What hardiness zone are you in Turkey? I'm super curious about that.
20A.
Yeah, I'm super curious. And what is the best thing that grows in your season right now in Turkey? I'm curious, Diva.
Probably a lot of root vegetables right now.
A lot of the stuff that we're doing right now. Yeah. Because we've got ginger. We've got sunchokes.
Turmeric.
He loves to say turmeric, and it's turmeric.
Turmeric. Same thing.
He calls minestrone soup minestrone.
It's minestrone. That's how it's spelled.
You're so special. I love you.
I am from Okay.
Ismar. Okay. GM. +3. I don't know. It's just
Hey,
like
Tammy.
yeah. I don't know how that relate or like here it's like a certain zone. Must be just like measurements are different.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, Diva. You can grow pretty much everything because it's enough sun all year long.
That's cool.
Hey, Rashida, you supposed to be on my side. Air Force got to stick together.
Girl, I drive that short bus, you know.
She thinks she drive. No, she more like lick the windows.
You let me drive so we don't get pulled over as much.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so that was that. What else?
Well, you have this shirt on.
Yes, I'm supposed to have a shirt on.
But you have Uncle.
Otherwise, I'd be naked. Just because we're the naked gardeners doesn't mean I have to be naked.
You picked that name, so you can be naked, and I don't need to be.
Yeah, we got some worms right here. We got the light on to kind of train them to stay inside.
They're like 2-year-old toddlers. They said that if we had the light on top of them, that they would like be trained in a day. And training these worms, this is day 3. Training these worms has been like trying to train a 2-year-old toddler. They are obstinate.
I don't know what that word means, so it can't be true.
So I know my words, and that's why I drive the bus. So.
Oh, first time I grow asparagus. Awesome. We cannot wait to grow. We're thinking about growing it in some containers.
We're not doing it until we're in our forever home.
But I think we could do it in containers.
We're not committing to asparagus because I want to do like Seeds and Dreams on Instagram, and if you don't follow her, you should. She's really cool. She has that whole chop and drop like food tourist, and I just love what they do there, and I want to do that on our forever piece of property. You really gonna make that comment?
Now, if you're growing them from seeds, you won't be able to harvest them until year 3. However, if you're
it's a long commitment, and he's meaning 3 years.
However, before I was really interrupted, if you're growing them from crown, you will be able to harvest them the following year. I think they're considered biannuals, which means you won't be able to get the fruit till the next year or so forth.
From crown, like.
They're Seeds and Dreams.
Seeds and Dreams. And she's really cool. We actually did a video of her garden. She's very knowledgeable. They're in Garland. They're neighbors of ours. We keep trying to get her to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think she has great content. She really knows what she's doing there. And it's a small urban, like we were into them because their yard's like probably 4 to 5 times bigger than ours, but she's doing a lot in her urban yard.
Yeah. Yours is in the bucket, but we'll have to protect it in the winter. Okay. Well, Julie, are you North Texas, Central Texas, or South Texas? I think you're more Central Texas, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. DD Pharmacy, how you doing, love?
I'll remind you if you just asked me, or should have.
Yeah.
So we've had a few happenings. The worms, we've had that going
Northwest Texas, okay.
And we just recently had some visitors on here. This is like the first month that he's been able to like come home. And last weekend, for Memorial Day weekend, was the longest in 6 months that you've been able to be home for like 4 days in a row, Memorial Day weekend. And nephew came. Your nephew came.
Oh yeah, I got to see my nephew Stratton, and he brought his sons with him and everything. So we kind of showed him. He was laid off temporarily while this whole pandemic was going on, and his significant other, she has family up around this area, so they decided to stop by and everything. So we showed them the boys the garden and allowed them to pull some carrots out of the ground, let them try how fresh it is compared to what you get at the store.
It was fun.
Yeah, got to show them how to. They picked their own tomatoes and got to try the tomatoes.
We got them to like eat stuff that they normally wouldn't eat. Like it was like fun to see the kids like just have this joy and like, oh, I'm gonna pull that.
Yeah, it was like a whole new, like a farm zoo that they got to witness right here and everything, and showing them different plants and how it smells, and show them, let them try some nasturtium flowers and leaves, some borage.
They were petting our caterpillar.
Yeah, they were petting our caterpillar.
They thought it was fascinating because we had like a chrysalis one and like in all the stages. It really was, especially during this time of like COVID when people are not going anywhere and things were closed. I know that it's opening now, but it was like a mini zoo for them to do that stuff.
Richard said, I had a war this morning with the Japanese beetles. Ooh. We actually just did a
today we were filming a video on how you can battle that, Rashetta. So inbox us.
And also check out the Instagram stories too.
Oh, our Instagram story today is just fantastic. And if you miss, like by the time you see this, if it's been more than 24 hours, it's saved under my beneficial bugs. But all of my praying mantis babies hatched.
All 1 million of them.
It's hundreds of them. And praying mantises, let me just tell you, like I was one of those geeky, like biology nerds. I'm just fascinated with praying mantises because they are interested in eating all the bugs that are attacking our plants. They clean themselves like cats. They eat their mate and feed all of their babies the father. It's really cool. So I like, and they'll like get on our fingers and like crawl, and they don't bite us or anything. They're really cool. Yes, you want some. Yes, you do. Praying mantises are just fantastic to have in your garden.
Yeah, and so our garden is going to be almost like a living atmosphere where everything is going to be beneficial to anything. Just in case if we have too many praying mantises.
We have lizards.
We have lizards. If we have too many lizards, we have cats.
Praying mantises will eat snakes when they get big enough, and they eat
we're supposed to be rats.
They'll eat rats. Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing this.
For those of you that have that issue, you definitely want praying mantises, and their life cycle is about 6 months. As soon as they get their wings, if you don't have enough for them to stay, they will fly away. But thankfully, we're in an urban area. They're going to be loyal to the surrounding area. Like they might venture a little bit, but they're going to come back here.
And it's a good thing because we just started noticing a lot of spiders and spider webs in our garden.
They will eat the spiders.
And last year we had a spider mite issue, but this year it seemed like it's spider webs almost everywhere. So I forgot I had IG. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Cheryl is she is doing some canning videos. I've been watching those. She does also live demonstrations on Mondays. I think it's at 7 o'clock. Post your live on there. What time you go live on there?
Cheryl is a wealth of information and somebody that I feel like I have so much to learn from.
Yeah.
She is just fantastic gardener.
We should have put, do they eat moles? Because they are working my last name. Do you have raised beds, Rashida? Because the one way to get that would to put some fabric,
Hardware cloth.
yeah, on at the bottom of your raised bed to keep them from clawing at there. But if you don't have raised bed, or if you already have raised bed and they're already set, then you're going to just have to dig around them or dig around the raised bed about 6 inches deep with the chicken wire there and just.
And Rayshetta, the other person I think that you would benefit from following is Organic Raw Roots. She's the one that's been actually mentoring me through my praying mantises. Like she is like just kind of held my hand through the whole process. She's really cool. She's got a spot, 2 plots of land out in Florida, and it's just a wealth of information. But it's Organic Raw Roots. She's on YouTube and on Instagram.
Type that out, Sydney, whoever that is. What?
Organic Raw Roots. Looking for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This computer. There we go.
Absolutely, Cheryl. You're inspiring. And Cheryl's a neighbor of ours. Like,
yeah.
She's in Mesquite. Like, she is not far from here. And I would pay her for some canning lessons. Hint, hint, Cheryl.
Well, she does it for free.
Like, I know, but I'm scared. Pressure canning, like, frightens me.
Well, and see, that's what Cheryl is trying to let y'all know. Canning is not, it's only dangerous if you don't follow the instruction on it. And she shows you the whole process step by step and everything. And then she tells you the basics of canning, if you're canning this, you should use this much acidic to that, because she tells you about the pH levels and everything. I mean, I just sit back.
She's a wealth of information.
Like, I'll have her playing live. I'll be out in the patio just pruning and doing my little
I'm
thing.
driving and I'm listening. He's like watching videos.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, her and Homestead Heart, and there's another one.
They are the canning queens.
And Memsy, I just binge watch them on the weekends like nonstop. The only bad thing about watching it on TV is you can't comment. You only can so I have to remember, put in my memory to go back and to comment on there. Sometimes my memory forgets about that part. But
back to that short bus.
Cole, who was I looking for? The
Organic Raw Roots.
Organic Raw Roots. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you found it.
Mm-hmm.
She actually has some praying mantis videos, Rashida. But she has literally held my hand through the whole process. So accessible, wealth of information.
There you go, Rashida.
Cheryl, canning equipment is not dangerous nowadays. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, scared. I remember you saying that.
Scared.
And she was saying on her last live that now it's a lot simpler and easier. And she was telling us the difference between canning and water bath and pickling. Oh, I guess I was saying your name wrong.
What? Okay, okay. Ray. Oh, hey, Rustic Traditions Homestead.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
I'm glad you can join us on our live.
So we talked about my nephews. We talked about the worm, the caterpillars. That was an amazing thing to have.
Oh gosh, let me grab my can. Okay, so let me tell you the story really quick. I've actually posted quite a few live stories. I've been putting the caterpillar stories in our Instagram highlight under beneficial insects. Every time I do that, I've been saving them there. But we got down, like we started off with like 11, and we've missed every swallow, and they're all swallowtails. We've missed every single chrysalis cocoon hatch, so we haven't seen one of the butterflies, but today one came and visited, so I wonder.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on one of our videos.
Yeah, like I took a video today when we were filming. So there was 3, it was down to 3 left. And then I went out there and I kind of panicked. One of them was dead and it was like kind of hanging. It's still out there. It attacked it. And then there was a chrysalis and one more caterpillar. So I built a little habitat for it, put in the food for the caterpillar to eat to make sure it gets to chrysalis. But I'm gonna try to show you here what we have, and it's kind of fogging up a little bit. My caterpillar, what I'll do, I'll take this off for a second. So I'm going to try to show you. This is the last caterpillar.
Let me see. Cheryl was wondering, does neem oil kill praying mantis? No. Neem oil, it will only, because praying mantis does not digest the leaves or anything. It only acts, it's a predator. So neem oil.
This right here, I just want to make sure that they know that that's the chrysalis. This is the butterfly we're waiting to emerge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So neem oil and BT will only attack and harm insect that go after your leaves and basically eat your plants. So you're good on praying mantis, and ladybugs won't get harmed from it, or bees. Well, bees might be affected by the neem oil, but if you spray in the evening time, which you should spray in the evening time anyway, it would not harm the bees, because by the time the bees come back, it'd be good. So I hope that answers that question on there. Hey, Coyote. The cabbage worms off of the cap. Yes, we just did another revamped video of the BT spray, because we got the new Baker's Creek walking kale, and it's been doing pretty decent, but it's been getting attacked by probably some leaf hoppers or some, I'm not sure, maybe some cabbage worm or something been attacking it. And so we was able to spray that while we're going to spray that. We just did a video on that. It's going to be coming out soon. And then we also sprayed our tomato plants. So because Mrs. Nakid Garden is going to be flying out here soon to come see me, so we don't want any tomato hornworms attacking those plants, because we noticed some leaves were getting munched on. We've been going at night with our
a black light at night on your plants, especially your tomato plants, your brassicas. If you go with a black light at night, the worms, especially the ones that are killing your plant and eating your plant, they'll glow. Yeah. It's the easiest way to hunt them.
So you just basically use this light at night and it will glow to let you know where any type of bugs are at.
I'm going to see if you guys can see this, because Rustic Traditions Homestead asked if I had a preferred place to order praying mantis eggs from, and it's egg cases. It comes in a case. I did this on Amazon. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what I ordered. I mean, I think that it was a really great price. I got 2 cases, only 1 case hatched.
Yeah, I messed up the last case by accident when I was pruning the tomato plants. I wasn't watching where I was pruning. So.
But one of the cases.
All you need is one, really, because
it's a lot.
It's a lot. I'm glad, because we were about to do a video, and I was moving some stuff around
inside the house,
and I saw like this little thing jump. I'm like, what the? I was like, oh, that's a little praying. I'm like, wait, that's a praying mantis. So I looked up, and all of them were just on this leaf. I'm like, babe. And so she comes running out. What's up? I said, look, all these praying mantis. Oh, got to go get the kid.
I geeked out.
She was like, oh, my phone. It won't
I was like
activate.
panicking.
I'm like, it's gonna still be there. Chill out.
I didn't care. No, it was like having like 1,000 babies all at once. So, like I wanted everybody to see it. So in our on our Instagram and the story, you're gonna see like the first footage of us finding it.
And we'll put the link to the Amazon link down below after this video, so that way if y'all aren't able to find it where we got ours from, you'll be able to go on there from there.
Oh, Cheryl, you haven't done praying mantises yet? Like for your yard.
Oh my goodness.
They would help you out so much. And then like the fact that they'll kill snakes and rats too.
Now we don't really have like bad snakes. We just have those little small garden snakes, but they're mostly around.
We do get some rodents though sometimes.
Yeah. Now we do get mice in the fall, and they eat a lot of our brassicas. So I wish the praying mantis will be able to withstand 30 to 40 degree weathers because but that's going to be a good game changer. So that way now we won't have to spray every Sunday on our plants and stuff.
I'm going to really be paying attention to them at work. Oh, and like the praying mantis, they're not afraid of us.
Yeah, we were picking them up and trying to put them on the spider webs, and one fell on the ground, and the lizard came. Lizard came up. Oh, little fooch! I was like, had to spray it around.
We went into like parent, I will kill you, lizard. And I love lizards. Yeah. Lizards are good to my garden, but I was about to kill a lizard over a praying mantis. I'm telling you right now, because when they get big enough, they'll even eat a lizard.
Why you hate money so much?
I don't know who you are, BB.
Kyrie, what about using diatomaceous earth for cabbage and collard? See, now it's hard to find DE in North Texas. Cheryl, have you were able to find any besides ordering anything off of Amazon? I know for me, every time I go into a store, it is hard to find anything like DE. So
you're right, Ray.
There was a praying mantis and ladybugs already here when we moved here. Okay.
Their life cycle is only 6 months. So like if they are loyal and they like lay their babies, like that is gold.
Yes, we do, Duncan. Let me get you on here as one.
Thank you, Duncan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see, a lot of stuff, I hate ordering a lot of garden stuff online especially through Amazon, because for instance, if I need, cold pressed Neem oil, I hate that I have to order it online. If I need to find good BT spray, I hate that I have to order it online to get it.
So Ray is asking about that long B word. Babe, why don't you pronounce that?
No,
he was trying to say that earlier.
No, not gonna happen. No.
You don't.
No.
You want to show us how smart you are?
I'm smart by not saying words. I find it a lot here in South Carolina. Oh, I forgot y'all in South Carolina. That's not a really long D word with earth something.
I got so many jokes. I got
whatever.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I want to know about, Cheryl, if with the hot summers that we have in North Texas, because pretty soon.
We have a lot of shade.
Well, yeah, in here, but it still gets hot. Even with our shade cloth, it still be in the 90 degree. And come July, August timeframe, we're going to be hitting triple digits like non-stop.
You don't look old, Cheryl, though.
Yeah, and that's one thing I guess I need to start doing is just order in bulk of a lot of stuff like the cold pressed neem oil, and I'm trying to convert, like cocoa core is hard to find. What's going
No,
on,
we got
Big
a
Bear?
turkey in the house.
What's And so cocoa core is definitely hard to find here in Texas. Now, when I was in Georgia before this whole pandemic thing happened, it was readily available. However, here in Texas, not so much.
So I'm guessing, is this Robin gobble 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 or Jason gobble gobble gobble?
Well, there's only one. There was only one turkey that was loose out of that picture we saw.
Yeah, that one in the background.
Make me not want to have turkey for the rest of my life.
Made me want to fire up their smoker. So, we were talking earlier about one of the projects that we did not get to for all of our medicinal flowers in the front, but I grew them prepared for that. He does have a horizontal planter, and we did a video on that in the front of the house, and it was kind of empty. Some Johnny jump ups showed up in it, and I like crammed
a lot of borage in there. And
I know that borage is invasive. Any of you that know about borage, like you need to contain that. And so I have some St. John's wort in there, and I have some borage. I have some Feverfew and cerise queen. And these are all medicinal plants, and they are thriving. Like they are like doing amazing. And so now I'm like, I really wish that we would have had those front beds done. Now that I know what I know, like I'm learning from my mistakes. Yeah. But the borage is overshadowing quite a few things. But Ray, if you the borage, like if you have that, the flowers taste like sweet cucumber, and there's a lot of medicinal qualities.
Yeah, and another thing we're excited about growing is our sugar cane.
Yes, look at that. We're about to put it out.
Look at that little root right there. Mm-hmm. And so we've been growing a lot of, with this whole pandemic things going around, we've been growing a lot of root vegetables, from sunchokes to turmeric to ginger. Turmeric, yeah. And even we're going to start growing horseradish now. And we got some sweet potato slips that Sapper, Essayance Family Garden, he sent to us.
Yes, and we are so thankful for that, because we were hurting in the sweet potato department. Like this.
Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so with this whole pandemic thing, a lot of those root vegetables are able to store for a longer duration of time, for I think almost 6 months, 3 to 6 months with our carrots. And so
what's our new root vegetable that we're about to do?
The horseradish. We're going to do a video on that hopefully tomorrow-ish. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rachel, we had to show you the little sugar cane, all natural. I know Cheryl, she did a video about talking about sugar cane and how when she was growing up, how Cheryl has a neat tree. Her
grand angels are the cutest thing ever. Cheryl's, and they were like, she has a video with them like tasting the sugar cane. I love it. I can't wait to do that with our grandbaby.
The Coles put, we're struggling to figure out what to put in some of our beds. There is an app. If you're interested, there is.
That was really your map in the beginning, where like, you were kind of like trying to figure out what you were going to do. And yes, Ray, the borage is sweet and good for you. Borage, they have in a lot of things. What is that?
So there's an app called the Planter, if you can see that, Rashida. Yeah. And then when you click on it, you can do a map of what your raised bed is, and then it would tell you when you plant things next to it if it's a companion, if it's a compatible or a combative with different things, and it tells you what you can grow within inside of the what's inside of the square foot garden area.
And that's where you learn more about the companion planting. Like
Yeah.
certain things you want to have next to what you're growing so that it like deflects certain bugs away from what you're growing. Yeah. But so that, I mean, that's been a really cool thing. I'm just now seeing Jason, I am a jive turkey. Then Sydney is rerun from What's Happening. Oh, you know the dance?
Of course. Who doesn't know the rerun dance? Yes, it is definitely. What's the name of the app again? It is called the Planter app.
Is that the app that the developer like actually told?
Oh yeah, we actually had the developer commented that designed it.
It's his app. He commented on one of our videos.
When I was doing the square, it's this app right here, the Planter app, and then I also use the Moon and Garden right here.
We're trying to, I think that eventually we're going to get more into moon gardening. When it suits our life better. Yeah,
and if any of y'all watch the Stivers Homestead, they kind of, one of their last videos or one of the few videos they just did, they kind of talk more into it, how the most Native Americans used to go by how to garden, when they used to garden, plant their own crops and stuff like that. They kind of go by the moon, and then there's more in depth where.
Not mood.
Moon.
Like the moon.
like the, oh, never mind.
Well, you are the naked gardener.
Yeah, but we don't get that naked. So that one is called the moon. Oh, sorry, my cracked screen is kind
of. Which one is it?
The Moon Garden. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The Moon and
Garden.
So this is a cool app that the Mrs. Naked Gardener told me about. And in here, it has your date, the date in here, and it tells you what to plant in here before, like for instance, today, anything before 9 p.m., you could do fruit trees, cherry trees, strawberry plants, tomato, zucchini, peas, lentils, which I don't understand why they put peas in there because it's getting too hot for peas.
Well, they don't know your growing zone.
Well, but still. And then nuts, coriander, wheat. And then it also gives you what you can do for the phase of the moon. You could do transplant. You can mow your grass. You could do clones, like we did a tomato clone on here. You can transplant things out or plant out, direct sow things. You could work your soil. And you could
it's basically advising you the best time to do those certain tasks.
Yeah. And then it tells you what to avoid, not to graft and not to sow.
But this is based on how our ancestors actually did a lot of gardening.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like old school stuff.
Yeah, like Cheryl was saying, her grandparents used the moon and Farmer's Almanac. Yeah, if y'all. Yeah. Now the moon, gardening by the moon is a lot. You got to pay attention to a lot of stuff.
You have to be like a major geek.
But Farmer's Almanac kind of ties into that. So if you get the Farmer's Almanac book or go to the website, it kind of goes in line, falls in line with that. I mow when I want. See, I was the same way. I used to mow when I was
like, what fits in my schedule?
Yeah. And see, before we got into gardening, I was heavily into the lawns, which now
I am so glad that's changed over.
But anyway, I used to mow like twice a week, basically, and fertilize and it still was all organic. But now that it kind of transitioned into gardening,
more purposeful things. Yeah. So like now, like it's really funny that he went from like having this pristine lawn and trying to have this perfect lawn. Like if you ever came to our house, you would not know what we have in the backyard because it looks like barren and dead out the front. You would never know.
We actually grew a lot of Cheryl put, it's not too hot for black eyed peas. We grew a lot of those, direct sow those into Pop's garden because he loves beans, and we did a lot of bush variety type beans and stuff. We did black eyed peas, garden beans, and some other beans in there.
During the whole quarantine and him not being able to come home because Texas had mandated a mandatory 2-week quarantine and his job wouldn't let him come home. So we couldn't even check on his dad. We couldn't start his dad's garden. But this last weekend we got to go to Dad's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they trying to come in?
Is it just her out there right
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like we got to go to Dad's last weekend and start his garden. We didn't get to have all the starts because I wasn't able to keep starts alive long enough for whenever we got to go there. So we had to go buy a lot of starts for his place.
Rustic Tradition that's an awesome app. I gotta get it. I planted things next to the wrong ones and neither did well. Cool.
We learned by that same mistake on a few occasions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it'll tell you not to plant cucumbers or melons next to tomato plants. But it was funny because you could plant squashes, which is almost kin to melons and stuff, but either way. Cheryl put, my late husband was the same. He would manicure the lawn. People would stop and ask him quick. Yeah, like my neighbor across the street before we got into the garden, he was like, oh, because when we first got to this house, our yard was,
like they didn't care.
Yeah, and so then
it was renters.
Yeah, and so I got it up. I was able to get all the weeds out, all natural and stuff.
I'm sure they thought somebody else moved in.
Yeah.
Once he got interested in growing stuff back there.
And I would always cut the yard different ways every time I cut it.
Lines, all horizontal.
I would use sun cow to make sure when I'm cutting the grass that the lines would be able to, you'd be able to see the lines in the grass and stuff.
Such adorable. Yeah. I was like, it's not like you can eat it.
But it was like you always, growing up, especially being in the military, you always wanted to have the best yard, So
can't eat it.
I always wanted the best yard, so
can't eat it.
Anyway.
Didn't make it taste any better. So we were talking earlier about this season versus last season. I feel like we're a lot further, like there's things that held us up this year, obviously, but, and there's things this time last year that held us up. But this year for us has been way more abundant. We have so many things growing at this juncture this year versus this time last year. Like we did not have, I don't think we were successful with any of our squash plants last year. We're having so many tomatoes, so many, the shishitos are popping off, the jalapenos. Last year we didn't even do jalapenos. We did a bunch of different peppers, hot peppers, but I don't know where, like we lost the memo or something happened. We didn't have any jalapeno plants, and it's something we eat the most. So that was like really embarrassing to have to go buy jalapenos last year. I mean, they're popping off. We have a bunch of jalapenos growing. So we were talking earlier with us, this year we're gonna have the horseradish. We're gonna have our own jalapenos. We're gonna have
cayenne pepper.
Our
own onions, our own horseradish, our own ginger, our own turmeric, and we're gonna learn. I think, Cheryl, don't you have a video, or I think you said in your last live you're gonna start making your own apple cider vinegar. So I'm interested in learning how you do your own apple cider vinegar, because come fall, all of that stuff that we're making is going to be a good way to make a fire cider.
And we have a great fire cider in our refrigerator right now. It's our own, natural antibiotic shot. But I think it'll be way cooler when it comes from everything we grow.
Yeah, don't throw those jalapenos away. Mrs. Nakid Gardner and Cheryl does a awesome cowboy candy. So follow their you hit one of them up for the recipe for. Oh my God. Let me go get the.
Well, Cheryl, I'll go get it. Cheryl, oh my God, she is like.
Yes, she's gonna be making her own apple cider vinegar. I didn't think you can do that. So I'm interested in learning how to do that. What Cheryl? What is Yep, it smells like alcohol now. Okay, so she is already making it. Hopefully, she does that on her live. Cheryl, post again on your live when you're doing your live. Some of my peppers are starting to bloom. Yes, our peppers have been busting out lately. We haven't been picking them like we need to, but
this is the cowboy candy.
This is the cowboy candy. So what you do is take all your leftover jalapenos or your peppers or whatever like that, and what do you do?
Well, for me, what I did, we pickled them. We actually pickled them. We pickled them like you normally would do any kind of pickled anything, but with like garlic and other peppers and even some onions. And then when it was done, like I just like in the food processor blended it and then canned it. That's a great, it makes an amazing relish.
Yeah.
Like put it on some eggs, sandwich it, like anything.
Okay. Rachel, follow Duncan 1900. She does do you have a cowboy candy video as well?
It's really great to get ideas from different ones and like test it out and find out what your flavor is. We have spicy tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cheryl said, yes, it takes about 20 days. And that's fine because we don't really use much apple cider vinegar, but that we've learned that it's a lot more, it's more beneficial than regular vinegars. And I think you can also clean with that if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. I mean, I use regular vinegar for cleaning too.
Yeah. And you can use regular vinegar to clean your vegetables that you get from the grocery stores if you don't have, because the vinegar is going to clean off all the pesticides and insecticide that you have on there. And
all of ours is organic. It's really just, I put like a cap full of vinegar in the sink with water, cold water, and I knock the dirt off of things when I harvest, but then I soak it in that vinegar, cold vinegar water. That's how we clean our stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, the Rashida put less expensive to make your own. Cheryl has a apple tree in her orchard there, so she's able to do all of that apple cider vinegar.
Oh, Cheryl has she.
The Rashida put just clean my fruits and veggies today. Pics on Facebook.
Oh. I'm gonna have to go check those out.
I'm gonna go check those out.
And now is all of that from your yard? Because I know you're growing stuff. Like I've seen a few of your harvests, Ray. Yeah. So how much Cheryl, when you're making your apple cider vinegar, because I know you've made your own. Well, I'm gonna have to go watch the video. I'm really jealous that you're able to have an apple tree. I can't wait until we expand into our property because I plan on having an orchard with like persimmons is something I want to have. I want persimmons so bad. I want to grow those and plan to do a lot of things with that. Did you find it?
No.
You just playing on Facebook?
I am. Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, about the Japanese beagle.
Oh, I fought the Japanese Beetles and they won. Oh, you have 7 apple trees. How much land are you on, Cheryl? I always wonder about that because it seems like you have so much stuff, and I think it's awesome, and I don't know how you keep up with it all by yourself. it's a huge
Yeah,
task.
we probably want to pop some dwarf apple trees, some pear trees, and everything. I know, sure, you've done. You get a lot of some. Well, not a lot. A few of your plants from eBay and whatnot. Yeah, that isn't that long of a time for me, sure, for that. Yeah, if it takes 30 days, 45 days, I would definitely do apple cider vinegar because you can make a large batch of it, and since we don't really use much of it until, I mean, when do
One
we?
batch would last an entire year. Like
Yeah.
I use it anytime I do any marinades for meat and it calls for vinegar. I usually use apple cider vinegar.
What's going on, Hank? Hamiltonville Farm.
How about you?
That's to talk about another good channel. He's going to be selling, going to be giving me his Mahindra 4540.
Just because you say it on the live, don't make it true. And they have a flower farm.
Yeah, they got a flower farm, and they did a pole barn a while back as well.
They built their house out of a barn.
Yeah, they also they did a lot of handwork stuff on their house there. I was able to get to go visit them one time, and it was amazing. I'm mad I didn't get to get a chance to be there longer, but
I'm jealous. I didn't get to go.
yeah, I bet it would be a lot of hard work. I mean, even our yard is.
I feel well. Part of it for me, Cheryl, is initially when he went away in October and I was taking over. I actually had a lot of anxiety taking care of it, but working full time. Since I've been laid off, like it doesn't feel like it's really that big of a deal. I can handle it just fine. Um, I feel like I could probably handle an acre by myself. Half an acre, quarter acre by myself.
The thing that makes our yard, our gardening a lot easier to manage is because we have the drip irrigation system. And so that kind of takes the whole workload off of that.
But even that by itself, like it has this little quirk. Sometimes a thing, pops off and shoots water. Like you're still,
yeah.
And there's maintenance and stuff like that.
But it's a lot easier because instead of doing 10 to 30 seconds per plant, now we could just set the dial and forget it.
Cheryl, do you have a drip irrigation system?
I think she does. Yeah, I know you order Starks, and I know you ordered from eBay. I've never heard of Ison's Nursery. Are they local or are they from the web?
I haven't heard them. I've heard Starks from
Starks is
Jess.
Jess, the Hollards, I think the Fit Farm, he orders has some trees delivered to them.
Don't mention them.
What?
I'm teasing.
Oh, because I said the Fit Farmer. Jason's not on. They had to go.
Oh, did they leave?
Yeah, they had to go get some tires for the ride.
Well, Cheryl, I would come and help you. You are a neighbor, and I would come help you while I'm unemployed if you need it. So.
The Coles put, sure, I want to order or find some avocado trees and other fruit-bearing trees that will yield fruit in my lifetime before I'm in my indenture. Now, the good thing about Stark's website, you could put your hardiness zone in there, and they will give you a list of trees, plants, everything that is good for your zone.
I mean, definitely don't make an investment until you've made a time investment knowing what's going to thrive in the conditions.
How far are you, hey Rashida, how far are you from Lawrenceville, Georgia? Yeah, I want to order some blueberries from the Starks brothers. some grapes.
Don't talk about adding more things we don't have room for until we have more property.
I said I want to. I didn't say I was.
I hear you want to, and then it happens.
Yeah. And talk about being high. Somebody buys a dozen of them and only eats maybe half of them before we realizing they're going bad. This is my elementary way of saying this lady right here.
Where they at?
Oh, right here. Yeah, sure. Ion is online. Okay, they have a year guarantee, no questions asked. No, I don't. And see, I used to love when we had a smaller garden. I didn't mind hand watering, but now,
You have a lot to be hand watering, ma'am.
yeah, I'm surprised you hand water. But I think you also mulch. You have a lot of mulch, and since our raised beds are high,
And mulch is an annual investment too.
yeah, and since we don't really have to mulch to keep the weeds out of our beds, now we only have to keep the passion flower out of our beds. Uh, then that's the only reason why we have to weed so much. But other than that, we used to water, and since we have a lot of tomato plants, it used to take almost 30 seconds a plant to water, and it was just time consuming.
5.5 hours from Myrtle Beach.
Okay. Good to know. Myrtle Beach, huh?
Raised beds are the way to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
It definitely has helped my back. I think I almost should have done one more row, one more up. So the eyebrow dance. Oh, somebody know about the eyebrow dance?
You always write it just like that too.
BB said, "Why are you not trying to grow?" We are doing a lot of
It's not legal.
Oh, did you mean medicinal or medical herbs? We are definitely doing a lot of medicinal herbs already.
Yeah, we're already doing a lot of medicinal herbs, but all legal.
Yeah.
Like borage, I was mentioning earlier, the borage, the cerise queen, feverfew. If you're not familiar with feverfew, you can eat like 2.5 leaves if you have a migraine. It's supposed to make it go away. I can't wait to put it to the test. I have quite a bit. I'm growing some more. I'm just getting to the point where, like, right now, I feel like I know I can grow. I know what I can grow. I've learned about a bunch of different herbs. I have more to learn.
John's wort.
But to the degree in which for me to make it more of something I can use, I don't have enough property here.
Yeah, we do want to do a lot more calendula, do some calendula oil, staff, marshmallow. You almost was successful with marshmallow. Are you doing a second wave of marshmallow?
No, I'm not. I'm doing.
I saw a marshmallow plant out there by the okra.
That was a weed that grew in the which, I mean, it is a weed plant. But no, I did a second round of the Feverfew. Feverfew has a lot of great qualities. But I don't think I've gone over it all with you.
Yeah. BB asked, what about clove oil? We have clove oil, essential oil. It is a good disinfectant, but we are not growing anything. Oh my God. The cold split. Oh my God, I have migraines. Need that tip too. Yeah, yes.
Feverfew.
Feverfew. Cheryl put, thanks, Cole. I will invest in the watering system when I get 70. Duncan put, I'm back. I lost my internet in a few. That's because y'all out in the rural area.
How do we want to live? I wonder how our lives are going to be when we.
Man, we're going to have to. It's going to be like AOL.
No, Feverfew, Ray. It's spelled Fever space FEW, Feverfew. It's good stuff.
Now we do hand fertilize our plants.
We're trying to figure out how to get out of that.
Now there is a system, but it's still kind of time consuming. So BB asks, what's the area of your project, and is your project in
economically viable?
Sure.
I don't even know how to answer that, because like for us, this isn't like a project. I guess we've been on a learning experiment, preparing for a forever property. I think a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to grow anything. I'm not going to do anything until. And I think we've taken this advantage of where we're at to just learn how to do it, know how to do it, so that when we get to that, we know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, I feel like you might have sensed it. I'm kind of getting to an aggravated stance now where I'm like, I can't do this, can't grow that. Like today, we were at Home Depot, and he putters off and is like looking at all these flowers, and he runs out of room of stuff he can hold, because we did not grab a cart on purpose. We were on a mission to grab like one or two things, and he's like comes up with all these like flowers. I was like, where are you putting this stuff? Like, I'm getting so annoyed. We don't have room.
So Rachetta, this is a good magazine you can get.
Yeah, that is.
And then this one, Big Bear told us about this one. Now, this one is a game changer.
That's where I learned about Feverfew and a bunch of things I've learned in this.
Yeah. So, I mean, it tells you how to do things, different things to grow from it. So, oh my God, this book right here, I'll leave it up so you can.
I want to see it really quick.
All right, Hank, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I get to come down again before my project ends in Georgia. There you go, BB. I'm not sure where we got this magazine from.
I got that from Sprouts, an organic food store. It's a great reference.
But this other one, it was off of Amazon. Oh, this one? Hold on.
Wait, I was going to show them making sure I'm going to point to the right thing. This remedy is the headache tincture, and like I'm going to just try to show it. That's just one of the recipes in here for headache issues, but Feverfew is one of the main ingredients. That one, you need chamomile flower, which we have. There's, I still, on this recipe, the strobel, I need to look up what that is, because I just want to get to the point where I can grow all the things.
So this one I got off of Amazon. It was, I think at the time, like, it shows on here $15, but I know I got it less than that. So I'll just hold that up until everybody was able to get it. So, all right. So we've been on here a little bit over an hour now. We got
a date over at my brother's.
Yeah, haven't seen her. Well, she's seen her brother yesterday. I haven't got to see him like forever and a day.
Yeah. Since March, you haven't really been able to see family. Last weekend, he saw more family.
Yeah, then I've seen it since October.
Yeah.
And one weekend, so.
Mm-hmm.
But thank y'all for stopping by. We love doing this every month. We do this once a month.
The last Saturday at 4:00 every month.
Yeah.
I know some people do a lot of lives where we just can't. It's just too much.
Yeah, we got too much going on.
Oh, B&B is asking about when we'll have another episode. And that's what we were just saying. Like the last Saturday at 4 o'clock every month is when we like to do a live.
Yeah, we're more active on Instagram than YouTube.
Instagram's the best way to get a hold of us too. Anybody that's following us, like I feel like we get a lot of questions, especially from beginning.
And like Cher was saying, a lot of people are gardening for the first time because of this whole pandemic thing has happened. And a lot of people are reaching more out to us and asking us questions and everything.
And we're trying to make them be as successful, because for a lot of people, if they don't succeed that first year,
most likely they will not garden
ever again. They won't do it
again.
And they think that they're a black thumb, you know, like, and I thought I was that way too, because that happened to me many years ago.
Yeah, but as you see, as you put more time into it, and then instead of just thinking, oh, I'll just put a seed in there and it can do whatever it wants to do. No, I mean, you got to nurture it, you know, investigate and stuff like that. So
we're stubborn. We're just really stubborn. And we want to help people that are having, you know, that don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Well, BB, like I said, every last Saturday of each month at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, we put out a video twice a week. We at least try to, depending on how our work schedule is, but sometimes life happens, so we're not able to do one. But we got a video coming out tomorrow. Ooh, excuse me, I don't know where these hiccups come from.
We have a series going actually for beginning gardeners that want to do things organically, and we actually have a playlist already that we've done a few, and the video we're releasing tomorrow is going to cover watering. That's a really big question for people, and kind of like calculating how much to water. So we are going to release that video tomorrow. So, you know, just go ahead and hit the bell icon for us, and it'll alert you if that's something that you're interested in.
And if you haven't done so already, make sure to give us a thumbs up. That helps our channel grow, gives that YouTube
algorithm.
Yeah, that word.
The big word.
Yeah, you got more than 2 syllables. I can't say.
I'm so glad you're so cute.
Anyway, thank y'all for coming out. Like I said, once again, hope y'all stay blessed. Have a blessed weekend. Make sure y'all stay safe. Wash your hands. And to the next video, let's grow together.
You're so cute.
For sure.
You hush.